afternoon, YouTube. It is currently the Wednesday the 18th of August, so I'm 5.5 weeks out now. I'm about to have, so I've randomly got a little bit of yogurt left. This is the great thing about tracking, nothing goes to waste. That works out, it's like 94 grams of skyr yogurt that I had left in the tub, which I'm going to mix with 10 grams of the cereal milk whey from Ghost, which is the absolute bomb. And then I'm going to add to that 50 grams of Cookie Crisp, because that's what I can fit in currently on a training day. So we're on 1,900 calories now on a training day and 1,600 on a rest day. So obviously the 1,600, we're getting quite low now, getting to that, the 5 weeks out mark. Had a bit of a shock the other day when those calories got dropped quite quickly. And suddenly it was like, I've gone from being sitting comfortably around 2,000, suddenly we're down to 1,600. Steps got put up to 17,000, which is obviously getting high again. Cardio got up to 30 minutes on a training day and 40 minutes on a rest day. And yeah, I mean, I've been expressing on my Instagram my kind of unhappiness that I've been experiencing the last week or so. It's just literally been a grind mentally, this prep. In the last week or so, and I've realised what it is. It's just purely because I think I just had such a long break almost. I actually went 4 weeks without doing any cardio while we were backing off from the last shows, and my food was in a really good spot. I was eating a lot, so I was able to track in a lot of nice foods. Now it's back to being low again. We're back to doing cardio every day. You wake up, the first thing you've got to do is like run to the gym, get on a Stairmaster, fasted cardio. It's tiring. I'm bored of being lean. I don't feel like great necessarily. When I look at myself, I feel tiny a lot of the time. I know I'm unhealthy. I know I'm not doing my body any good, and therefore, it is difficult mentally to kind of keep pushing through. But luckily, I've had just a nice switch in mindset. I think this morning I sat and I was like, ugh, I did my cardio, didn't enjoy it again. But at the same time, I say that, I watched a 30-minute vlog for my 30-minute cardio. Shout out to Kay Taylor. She's been going for her IFBB Pro card this year, bikini. She came third actually in the FitX Finals, but she still looked absolutely unreal. Didn't get the pro card that she wanted, but I actually really enjoy her vlogs. So if you're looking to sort of follow a bikini girl, I know I'm not doing that anymore, am I? If you were following me for bikini prep, I'm not prepping for bikini anymore. No, I was in a really monotonous, strict routine on prep where I'd go to bed, but I'd be looking forward to my cardio because I had certain journeys that I was following, and it was like, I'm looking forward to so-and-so's vlog in the morning, and it was just routine. Like, how the hell did I do 75 minutes of cardio every single morning in one go? Like, my head just went where it needs to go when you're deep in prep, and I've struggled to pull back that mentality, I would say. I've struggled to get back into that mindset, but I'm in it. Thank God, from today, I would say. Watching that vlog, it's like, yeah, actually, this is what gets me through cardio. No one enjoys cardio. Not like actually enjoys. Like, would you choose to do cardio? Would you choose for that to be the first thing to do when you wake up? Do you know what I miss? I miss just waking up. And that's what I was able to do for those last few weeks after my show, was literally just wake up, chill out, lie in bed for a bit, relax, go downstairs, make my food. No one wants to wake up and go and hop to the gym and do cardio. Not really. So, but now I'm like, let's start watching vlogs again. Let's get into people's journeys. Let's get into that mindset. Let's crack on. And I feel like I'm back in the game now, which is nice. But, it can be really hard to talk about struggling on prep because you almost don't want people to think, you're not cut out for this sport, or like, how is she not enjoying every single moment of it and stuff. But nah, I think it's fine to talk about it, and I think it has resonated with quite a few people that have been like, thank you for actually admitting that you're not necessarily enjoying every second of your prep, and you do have dips. You're not bloody loving every single day and week. There are some times when you're not actually enjoying it, but the thing is, you bloody get it done anyway. You get up and do your cardio every single morning. The thing with it was I just wasn't enjoying it. And when people said like, oh, you don't have to do the finals, I was like, no. Like, this isn't me thinking that I might not continue. I will 110% continue. I cannot wait for the finals. I literally can't wait to step on stage again. I'm absolutely buzzing for show day. Like, I can't even put it into words. Like, I'm so excited for like my friends coming and us all being together again, and then them watching me, and the after party that's going to be on the night, and the fact that it's my birthday weekend. I'm absolutely buzzing. Like, I can't wait to bring a better package to the next show as well. I actually know what I'm doing with my posing. It's not that. There's no doubt in my mind about the prep. It was more just, I am ticking the boxes, but I'm not enjoying doing that anymore. I'm just enjoying the monotony of it anymore. But I'm back in the game now. You know, it is a privilege. It's an absolute privilege to be prepping for the finals. It's a privilege to have 2 finals invites and to be in this position that I always wanted to be. And I envisioned that I'd be prepping all year. Like, I envisioned like I will qualify for those like in July, and I will then do another prep into October. So had I not qualified, I would actually be gutted and I'd be lost right now. But the fact is, like, I'm in a privileged position to be able to continue prepping. But that doesn't mean that I didn't feel just a little bit naff the past week. Like, you're allowed to just not actually bloody enjoy it sometimes. It's fine. Like, dieting is bloody hard. It is monotonous, you know. Pretty much your days look the same. You wake up and your whole day is geared around like your meals and like getting ready for your training session and making sure you get your cardio and steps done, and that's most of it. But you know, we move on now. Like, I feel like I'm back in the head game. I've had a wobble, but I'm back. You know, my new posing suit arrived today. I will show you. It's absolutely stunning. It's like green. Look at that. So I'm gonna do some posing practice later today in that first time. And yeah, obviously, like with the tracking, you know, like the fact that I can just randomly have the yogurt in there today, the fact that I've got room to have 50 grams of cookie crisp, and I've also bought, I've not had these in yonkies, like prawns. I just don't, I haven't had them in over a year, at least. I just don't tend to eat prawns, but they're so low calorie. Like, half a pack of this, you're talking 73 calories. But then with those 73 calories, it is basically protein-wise 16 grams for half that pack. I could have the whole thing, which I probably will, about 150 calories, and that'll be 32 grams of protein for that. So it's an absolute winner prawn dinner. Right, that's definitely going to leave it there because that was cringe. But yeah, I just wanted to update you all and just say, like, that's what I meant. Like, if anyone's seen my Instagram when I said, like, I'm not enjoying prep anymore, like, I think I'd just fallen off that mindset wagon, and you need to like literally have tunnel vision when you're on, especially in the end of prep anyway. Like, in the beginning you can be a little bit more flexible and stuff, but when your calories get so low, when your body is fatigued and you've got to push through, like, you do have to go into that tunnel vision mindset. And like, I wasn't in that mindset. I was still in the mindset of like that enjoyable time I had where I could just like meet my friends, go for food, wake up when I wanted to, not have to worry about doing any cardio, barely any steps. Like, I'd had such a nice little break, and yeah, just to have to sort of come back to the monotony of prep was a little bit challenging, but we're in it again now, and we've got 5 weeks to go until the FitX Finals, so let's crack on. Good afternoon, YouTube. It is now Thursday the 19th. Yep, Thursday, which means I'm going away tomorrow, Friday. Having my afternoon fizzy drink to get me between meal 2, meal 3. So we're on the rest day, 1600 calories, and spicing things up today. I really am. So this morning, first time in my life, I tried cream of rice. Well, I was hoping that would land on the right bit, but it didn't. There we go. Cream of rice. So I had the birthday cake from CSN. It was a company called Load Up Sups, or Load Up Supplements that sent it. I think it's Load Up Sups on Instagram. They sent this, and they also sent the Ultra Fiesta Monsters. Had never tried Monster before, had never tried cream of rice before. Tried both of them, absolute game changers. This is really nice, so I'm happy to try some of the other Monster flavours. And the cream of rice. So, George Osborne, who is probably one of my favourite YouTubers, like, his YouTube is just absolutely hilarious. Like, it literally has me in bits. He did a cream of rice tutorial. Oh, and also I met him at the expo. Like, he was the first person that I actually approached, actually. I always find, like, proper weird, like, approaching people. Like, I was dead nervous to go and approach Josh Bridgman. I was like, oh my God. Like, because I followed him for years and, like, just, like, oh my God. Like, honestly, to be fair, the best thing about meeting Josh was that he knew who I was. I know that sounds pathetic, but he, like, knew who I bloody was. I'd met George the day before, and like he'd put a picture of me on his Instagram story that I'd tagged him in. And then like, so the next day Josh was like, yeah, of course I know who you are. Like I saw you on George's story. And so like, I thought, oh yeah, she's here. And I was thinking, Kidel, like that sounds really sad, but I don't care. I was like proper buzzing. Like, because it is not this, people that you follow like this for years that actually take the time to get to know their followers. So like he knows who I am because I've, you know, he sent me some of his like kit in the past and stuff, and you know, he actually engages with me and things, like despite how many like followers and DMs he must get every day. Like I know I get quite a few. Anyway, I digress. So watched the tutorial this morning and was like, do you know what, I'm going to give that a go from that cream of rice I got sent, because like looking at the macros and stuff, I was like, I know I can get a lot more volume out of this than oats. So I ended up having 70 grams of the cream of rice. And then what George suggested is to do that, you know, stir it in with water until you're happy with the consistency and add some blueberries on top. So I did that. And then you have the whey as a paste, which I've not actually bothered to do before. But for me, that just means I can have a low fat meal. My fats are down to like 35 on a rest day now. So, you know, I don't have room to like put 20 grams of Biscoff on top of my oats and stuff anymore. And to be honest, like oats on their own are rubbish. You obviously want them with like whey, but even then it's quite boring. Whereas the cream of rice, with it being flavoured, you've already got that nice flavour. You know, that nice sweet artificial flavour that gives you that little buzz when you're on prep. So you don't need to add any whey to the actual cream of rice substance. You've got the flavour, and then you add berries or whatever, and then having it as a paste, like that whey paste. And I use the chocolate brownie batter from before, you know I love that. And that to me is like the equivalent of like having on top of it Biscoff or like dark chocolate melted or something. So that meal is perfect. It means it's perfect for me now on a rest day, because it means I've started my day off that whole meal that I had, 70 grams cream of rice, 40 grams whey, 100 grams of blueberries. That meal was like 2 grams of carbs, 2 grams of fats. So yeah. Carbs have to be low now. I've just come back from Asda actually, so I thought I would sort of like show you what I've almost got. So I stocked up on like, I always Volumize with like kale and lettuce because they just bulk up meals. I got myself some rice cakes because I honestly quite enjoy them as a snack, like with like, say like 10 grams of Biscoff, 15 grams of jam, whatever I'm doing. And the fact that I am travelling tomorrow, so I've mentioned I'm going away. I think I mentioned it on my last vlog as well, to the lakes, and that is like a 3-hour train ride. So if I want to not have one big meal, let's say, and I want to have a few little snacks on the journey, something like having some rice cakes will be ideal. And then I thought as well, obviously tomorrow is a training day, to be fair. I am training in the morning before I go. I've had to make sure I squeeze like all sessions in because I'm having Saturday and Sunday off training when I'd usually train on a Saturday and a Sunday. But I'll be on rest days on both of the days, obviously. 1600 calories, not a lot. 170 carbs I'm on now, which is not a lot of carbs. It means that I now don't have a lot of room. Like I had a full bagel for my meal 2 today after my cream of rice. But then my next 2 meals are just going to be like no carbs. That's going to be my next meal that I'm going to have in about half an hour. So it's 20 to 2 now. And I usually have my meal 3 around 2 o'clock. I would say to anyone like dieting as well, or not dieting, sorry, just anyone, full stop, that like, you know, stick to your meal timings. Like don't expect your digestion to be on point and things like this if you're just eating at random times every day. And I think especially when you're dieting, like for me, like 5 or 6 meals a day, personally 6, split up between the day. So I'll have my breakfast, meal 1 around 9 o'clock, depending what time I wake up. Sometimes 10. Even if I do end up not eating till 10, I'll still be hungry enough to eat at 12 and have my meal 2. Meal 3 at 2 o'clock, meal 4 around 4 o'clock, and then I'll wait till like, dinner time and around 7, half 7, have meal 5. Meal 6 goes in at like half 8, 9 o'clock, and then it's bed. And doing this every day means that I'm sort of eating every couple of hours. Obviously, you know, there's arguments there as well for like, you know, constantly spiking muscle protein synthesis, which I think is worth a shout. It's worth caring about that. So yeah, I would definitely say like eating every couple of hours is worth it, and sticking to those meal timings as well to help with digestion. You know, you've got like a regular kind of pattern with your eating. So that's what I do. Anyway, it's 7 minutes in now, so I'm waffling, aren't I? I've got these as well. So I've tracked in a meal today. So my meal 4, so I'll have the prawns, and then my meal 4 is going to be like, we're down to yogurt now. It's that part of prep, but to be fair, it just works, and these are like the only other carbs I'll have. So I'll have prawns, I'll have chicken for my last meal, but like just 100 grams of chicken, with the veg, like, you know, you saw the kale and stuff that I bulk it up with. And this is one of my other meals, so it'll just be like the yogurt with berries. And I think, oh, I know, I bought yesterday from B&M. So I've obviously had the white chocolate spread that they sent me, but now I thought I'd give the actual chocolate one a go as well, you know, like little treat now while I'm 5 weeks out. So I think because all my meals, if you're hearing what I'm saying and actually listening to this, are quite low fat, so that'll get some fats in. I think I'm gonna have 15 grams of that, and then it leaves room for me to have in my last meal a decent amount of Biscoff. I can't remember how much I tracked in, but it's all tracked in. I think now that I'm deep in prep, I track at the start of the day, like my full day, so that I don't end up like panicking at the end of the day and having something shit to eat because I had to have to fit the macros. You know, that was fine when my calories were higher, but now they're so low, I want to make sure that I am having decent meals that I can look forward to. So yeah, I track at the beginning of the day and plan it all out. So I've also managed, like with the low fats, like thanks to the cream of rice meal and stuff, that I'm going to have a piece of, so my favourite chocolate, which is, you have to go to Lidl, but it's salted caramel flavoured. And it's absolutely, like, if you don't know, get to know. So you get like one nice big chunky square of it, and you can't see the squares, but I don't know why I just did that. But like a square is like 67 calories or something. So that'll just get my, like, the last of my fats in for the day. And like, you know, on the days that I can fit in that piece of chocolate, it's that sad little release of pleasure when it's like the evening and let's be honest, you can see I'm 5 weeks out by like little things I keep saying that are wrong. Let's be honest, you're never full. So like I'll finish my final meal and I'll be a little bit peckish still. 1,600 calories ain't going to fill me up. So I then got that little piece of chocolate to look forward to with my little decaf Nespresso. So that's been dragged in today, which is fantastic. So I'm definitely going to start having cream of rice going forward, actually. And then cream of rice for one of my meals, oats for the other, whereas previously I was having 2 bowls of oats a day. So you can see, like, I've created some variety for myself there, which is great. So thank you to Load Up Sups for the cream of rice, and thank you to CSN for creating the birthday cake flavour. I've actually heard good things from other YouTubers about that anyway, so I was lucky to get that flavour. Yeah, celery, absolute, like, perfect. Don't count these calories, any of these. So that's another tip. If you are further enough out of a diet, put loads of veg with your meals and then just keep them consistent throughout. So if you're deep into a diet now, you're 5 weeks out or whatever, too late, tough, keep doing what you're doing. But if you can start your diet with a decent amount of veg in there, then you can keep that consistent throughout. And so for me, I don't track my veg because I have the same every day. So, you know, I'll have 2 veg meals. So like whether that's, say, yesterday with it being a training day. So like I've got my prawn meal today and my chicken meal. That meal was not just chicken and prawn, like not just the lean meat fish sauces on their own, but it was like one of the meals I had with a wrap, the other one was with 70 grams of whole wheat pasta. And then I'll just have as much, so that's 2 meals where I can have veg with them, you know what I mean, veg works with them. So I just have a very similar amount every day, like I'll have like 3 or 4 mushrooms, half a stick of celery, half a pepper, like, so visually I know how much I can have. I don't like literally weigh it out or literally count the mushrooms, but it's like, if I had like a whole crate of mushrooms, I'd be going overboard kind of thing. So I stick to those consistent kind of quantities of veg, which means that there's no point tracking it because it's consistent every single day. So if my calories get dropped from 1,600 to 1,400 next week, I still have that same amount of veg with both meals and it's not included in the overall calorie count. I hope that makes sense, but you know, just ask me if you don't understand what I mean. But so basically it means that I have much more voluminous meals, and so my 1,400 calories or my 1,600 calories or whatever it is are coming from other food sources, you know, your breads, your meats, etc. So yeah, like I'll have as much veg as I know I can have with those other 2 meals. So like me having prawns in half an hour's time, it won't just be prawns, it'll be like a big salad with it and like loads of veg. So yeah, that would be my tip to you. Like if you're starting out on a diet, get loads of veg in and stay consistent with it, and it'll just mean that your volume overall is higher. So yeah, other veg that I also like to have. This is my other bag. Other veg I also like to have is green beans. They're lovely. Don't always digest that well depending on your digestive system, but I don't have any problems at the moment with digestion, so I'm cracking on. And then I talk about with my team a lot about downgrading to a bagel thin. I've downgraded myself, but only because I've said I'm on 170 carbs on a rest day, and like I've just explained to you what I'm eating today, and it's quite low carb really, isn't it? Like the fact that I've had a full-size bagel for that last meal means that now my other two meals, like the prawns and the chicken, I can't fit in carbs with those meals. Whereas like say if I'd had this like a thin instead, like half the amount of carbs literally, I could have maybe fit in like a little bit of pasta or like a portion of rice, which I can't have. So I'm starting to think actually maybe these might be a vibe on a rest day. And I thought, you know, rather than I literally can't bring myself to get the thin bagel, like the plain bagel thins, how about getting the cinnamon ones? And then, you know, say like when I am on the train tomorrow, I could have this as like a snack. It'll be post-workout, for example, with some jam, something like this. So I thought, actually, these aren't bagel thins as I know them. These are something different. These are a nice, sweet little treat. Kid yourself on prep. So I've bought these. I'm excited to actually have those because I haven't really had them before, to be honest. I don't think I have anyway. And then I've got some Heck. I only got one because they're not on offer at the moment. Let's be honest, they're usually like £2 and then they were £2.98. So I'm like, I've literally just wasted £1. But I love Heck. So, you know, I always like cook off a load of chicken and then I regret it. I'm like, ugh, this is so boring. I wish I had Heck. So just buy Heck. And finalement, finally, I've literally loaded my bag. Don't know if you can see. Can we? Yeah, I've loaded my bag with all the good flavours of the jellies. They sell them in Asda, like raspberry jam donut, the cherry bakewell tart. There's like a blueberry muffin one as well. I've loaded it, and in my head I'm like, this could be the last time on prep that I buy the jellies. You know what I mean? Well, the last time I know it won't be the last time. It'll probably be potentially the second to last time in 2021 that I buy these jellies. And I promise you, because it happened in my 2019 prep, I will not buy these again until I'm on prep again. So like they are literally a prep food for me. Like, don't pretend they're enjoyable. They're enjoyable when you're dieting. They fill a hole when you're depressed because you've just eaten a meal and like you're starving and you've got a sweet tooth but you've got no other calories. But like I wouldn't dare buy them usually. So yeah, I'm hoping this will be one of the last times I go and buy a load of those jellies. But yeah, so that's just hopefully you got some tips out of that, kind of like how I'm doing my diet at the moment, little like, you know, hints and tips for the way I manage it. I'm away tomorrow. I'm absolutely buzzing for that. Legs in the morning and then head off for 3 hours. I'll probably take my laptop with me, do some client work, watch some YouTube, that kind of thing. And yeah, literally the weekend, no training, and cardio is going to be monitored or managed via steps. So Paige has said like every 1,000 steps, every 10 minutes, think of it as 1,000 steps. Say I've got 40 minutes of cardio at the moment on a rest day. I basically just need to add 4,000 steps onto my days. So at the moment I'm on 17,000 steps, so I'll aim for 21,000 steps across those 2 days, unless I hear otherwise, because I've done a check-in this morning. Really pleased with the check-in actually. Abs are coming through, I'm just getting tighter, and I've got a new posing suit, so it was nice to do like the check-in in my new posing suit. But yeah, so unless I hear otherwise, 21,000 steps over this weekend, and then I'll be back in for my Saturday pull session on Monday, and I'll do pull push legs. So on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and so Wednesday I'll be back to, I always do legs on a Wednesday, so then I'll have my 2 rest days, Thursday, Friday next week, and back to normal pull legs on the following weekend. So, you know, I'll easily have got back into my usual routine again whilst having a really nice little break. So yeah, I'm excited. Who said that you can't go away to the lakes when you're 5 weeks out? We have more digging to do. Can you see how tired I look and how I'm like pretending that I'm not tired and that like I'm smashing this prep? Jokes. I am, but I just got my check-in feedback. 10 minutes extra cardio on each day, so that'll be 50 minutes now on a rest day, 40 minutes on a training day. And food's been dropped again. And I was like literally mentioning 1,400 this morning, wasn't I? And it's been dropped. So I've actually pulled food from my last 2 meals now. So I'm going to have like the shittest bowl of oats ever. It's going to be 40 grams of oats with like 10 grams of Biscoff. So like no way, just because like the macros are so low and that's what I've got for the rest of the day. So we're on bloody 1,400 calories on a rest day. I knew it was coming though. I always know before my check-ins what's happening. I always guess and I'm always right. So yep, nasty low food now. Nasty high cardio. 50 minutes is going to feel like dog shit, to be fair, but at least it's a training day tomorrow, so I can do 40 minutes cardio in the morning, and then I've got the weekend where, with it being 50 minutes on a rest day, I'll be doing 5k extra steps to account for those 50 minutes. So it is what it is. We dig, we're going to get disgustingly peeled and then feed into the show. That's the plan, so that's what we're doing. I'm off to do buys, abs and calves now. It's like 6:15 in the evening, so I'm going to get that done, come home and have my shite chicken and salad and tiny bowl of oats and go the hell to bed and sleep off the hunger like I do every night. Right, so biceps, abs and calves are done. Don't know if you can tell. You can when I'm training, when I'm posing though. I love posing after I've trained biceps. Excuse the hair. I'm not even going to wash it tonight because I've got legs in the morning, so I'll wash it after legs. But yeah, recovery is key. I'm trying to be modest here, but yeah, running a bath right now. I just thought, you know, like my legs were actually feeling really fatigued this afternoon. Like I got to a point in the afternoon where I was like, actually I'm feeling like my body feels tired. My brain's fine, like my, as in like cognitive wise, clearly not cognitive wise. You know what I mean though, like I don't feel mentally tired, but physically today my body is tired. So I was just like, yeah, just run a bath like this, you know, these little strategies that, you know, regular baths, stretching every single night, sports massages. It's just like things that will stop you from getting injured or from building up a lot of fatigue and having to back off. Like I've not had to deload this year. Like I've had that time off after my shows, but that was because it was after my shows. But like throughout both preps, I haven't had to deload. So it's just because I think probably not to big myself up, but more so than anyone else or anyone that I know, I really focus on recovery. So yeah, I'll just literally run myself a bath. It's like you should always make time for recovery as much as you make time for your training and your steps and everything else. So gonna plonk myself in the bath now, and then, you know, it'll be time for those last 2 shitty little meals. And then I think what I'll do is I'll track in my new macros for tomorrow, because obviously training day macros are dropped as well. So I'm not sure what the calories are yet until I plug it all into my fitness pal, but I'll soon find out. Probably I'm gonna guess 1700 or something like this if my rest stays around 1400. So not too bad, just, you know, it's after legs. You probably want more than 1700 calories, but it's not going to happen tomorrow. So yeah, we're digging now, guys. The digging phase has officially begun. I thought I was digging this last week. I was nowhere near it. I'm going to be digging now. So yeah, but thank God I've switched my mindset this week. Thank God I'm in my headspace is back into prep mode, because I was happy to see the drops, whereas a few days ago I would have been gutted and I would have been really upset about the calorie drops and the extra cardio, whereas now I'm like, let's go, let's get this 5 weeks to just absolutely nail it and bring literally my best physique, best shape, best condition ever. So yeah, God, you're really seeing the extent to how shit I can look. This is it. This is, yeah, I would apologise, but I'm not really sorry. I'm just gonna see you all later. So I probably won't vlog too much this weekend because, you know, I'm there to get away, but you might see a few shots of adorable little kittens. My friend's got a new kitten to go with her other kitten who she got in January, so she's got 2 kittens. And, you know, you might see some kitten footage, and you might see some lakes, and you might see some mountains, but I can't promise much because it's some downtime. So, updates. I mean, I said I wouldn't really vlog this weekend, and I haven't. It's now Sunday morning, and I'm heading home today. I am just getting a second bout of steps in, so I have managed to make this weekend work as much as I can. I did 50 minutes walking this morning to replicate my 50 minutes on the Stairmaster. Literally, if you're going out on a walk and your heart rate's in the same zone as it would be on the Stairmaster, that's absolutely fine. Like, I think being able to pull away from the absolute rigidity of prep and your habits can actually be so refreshing, and it can help with, you know, because very soon I will be transitioning from prep to off-season mindset, and for me to be able to kind of come away and do this at 5 weeks out, it kind of shows, you know, I can make it work. And I'll be interested to see the number on the scales tomorrow, because at the end of the day I have been running my new low calories. I've been on 1400 calories this past couple of days. It's been alright. I've been hungry, but I've been fine. Did 22,000 steps yesterday to replica my sort of 17,000 steps plus 50 minutes cardio, so 5k extra steps. I reckon I'm going to be absolutely fine, and this break's going to have done me a right good. So, you know, balls to the wall from tomorrow, back to normal routine, pull push legs Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, back in the game,
But yeah, it's been a lovely chance to get away, change of scenery, lovely catching up with my friend and seeing her new house, seeing her kittens, who are absolutely adorable, as I knew they would be. And yeah, just seeing her settling into her life and being able to talk to her about the wedding next year. She's getting married, and being able to sort of discuss the hen do and things like that. So yeah, it's really exciting, and it's just been a really nice thing to be able to do, whereas I could have just said, oh sorry, I won't be seeing you this summer, I haven't seen you since last summer. So actually I thought, no, I can do it, I can make it work, and I have. So we're heading back on the train this afternoon, back home, chill, and back to the drawing board tomorrow for the rest of the 5 weeks. So yeah, I'll leave the vlog here, so it's actually very long. I've edited most of it on the train journey up here, so I know it's a long one. I'm going to leave it here, starting fresh from tomorrow, and now 4 weeks and 6 days out from FitX Finals. So thank you for watching as always, guys. Please like the video if you haven't already, subscribe if you happen to be new, and I will see you in the next video. Ciao for now.